music movements.
Welcome to Artist Spotlight. I'm Liv.
And I'm Maisie. And today we're talking about how music is entwined with fashion. And today we're joined by Ozde. So could you tell us a bit about yourself, Ozde?
Yeah. Hi, I'm a fashion graduate in fashion design and I'm also a DJ.
So I wanted to ask a question about how you think music taste directly influences the way you dress, because I know when I've been to different types of raves, I know at techno everyone's wearing black, you go to like house, everyone's wearing sparkly clothes. How do you think fashion impacts, or your music taste impacts the clothes that you wear?
I think fashion and music literally go hand in hand. Personally, because I've got such a mixture music taste, like I literally listen to everything. I think that definitely is portrayed in my style. So like I've not got like one aesthetic. I kind of like mix everything together. And yeah, I think music definitely influences a lot of people without them realizing. Like you said, at different events, you'll kind of see like a aesthetic within the room at different sort of events. And I think that's just because of the style of music. It kind of makes people dress how the music makes them feel.
Yeah, like you go to an event and it seems like everyone in the same room is wearing the same type of clothing. Like everyone matches the vibe of the music to the event.
Yeah.
And now we're kind of seeing like a move of 90s fashion aesthetics, like baggy streetwear, clips. Everyone's wearing clips now, and it's all taken from like the 90s. And why do you think younger audiences are now like taking the 90s culture and wearing it?
I think because the 90s rave culture, and also like garage culture, which then stemmed into the grime in the early 2000s, that was kind of like their way of freedom and expression, and it was kind of going against like authority, and it was kind of like rebellious. And I think because of our generation now, how we kind of grew up and how the younger generation are now growing up in like, you know, social media, phones, algorithms, all of this, I think us like Gen Z kind of look at that era and be like, oh my God, like they were so free. They kind of done what they want, both fashion and music taste. So I think we're kind of seeing that as an escape kind of, and like swapping the minimalism for the maximalism and kind of like playing about with it. And I think because now people are trying to shop sustainably, like on vintage charity shops, vintage wear, that kind of links into that style that they wore back then. And yeah, I think it feels more authentic and kind of like more playful. Like you can just have more fun with it.
Do you think if we didn't have social media, then Gen Z wouldn't be going back to like 90s aesthetic, and that social media is playing a massive role in kind of this? You were talking about grime and how it was used as kind of like a rebellion against authority. Do you think social media has a massive part to play in this?
I think, yeah, definitely to some extent. I think, you know, social media and just screens have kind of taken over. Like people kind of are just behind that all the time. It can be a good thing, obviously. So without social media, a lot of things wouldn't happen. You wouldn't be able to like portray stuff and all of this. A lot of the music genres now wouldn't have got their recognition if it wasn't for like social media. But I think sometimes people can kind of get too stuck behind it and follow other people too much, rather than what they want to do and how they want to dress, what they want to listen to. So yeah, I think now people kind of relating back to the 90s and kind of looking at it as inspiration of like freedom and kind of doing it in a more modern way.
Do you think with music it's now being tailored towards social media as well, like because obviously you get like the small clips on, you know, TikTok, it goes viral and you hear that song and you're like, oh, that's from TikTok. Do you think it's being tailored for like short form content?
Yeah, I think because of the rise of TikTok as well, like our attention spans, I think a lot of people's have like shortened. So it is a good way of like kind of gaining fame if you are like new artists, or even like new fashion brands. Like it's incredible way to like gain exposure. But yeah, I think maybe a lot of music is kind of tailoring to that like social media platform. Maybe they're wanting to kind of gain that popularity rather than like, is it authentically what they want to do? Is it like what they enjoy doing, like the genre, or are they kind of trying to do it for fame, if that makes sense?
Do you think, because I know you played at Better Days and you've played at Hedgerow House before in Leeds, do you think social media helped you gain those opportunities or helped you gain more recognition, or do you think that was just like hard work?
I think probably both. I mean, social media definitely, it's a way of like how people connect as well.
Yeah.
And it's a great platform to kind of show you as a person, as an artist, whatever you do. And that is where, you know, a lot of people get scouted through that. But I've also had people come up to me whilst I'm playing or after I've played, you know, and being like, oh, I'd love to get you to play at so and so or do this. So I think it's a mixture of both. Yeah, equally, I think.
Do you think fashion like entwines with like access to the opportunities, like if you didn't fit like a certain demographic of what you're wearing and like what maybe a DJ in Leeds would wear, you wouldn't be given as many opportunities? Like, do you think fashion plays a massive role in being a DJ and your identity?
Yeah, to some extent. I think if you look at like different genres, so like I know a lot of events I've played at, there's been a lot of like jungle, hardcore, like bassline, that sort of genre. And you know, a lot of the artists have got like great fashion taste. You know, they dress more of the like kind of style that they play, more loud, more colourful, that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'm not sure if the fashion kind of makes it more likely that you'll get chosen. But yeah, I don't know. It probably definitely helps with like audiences being like, oh, like if they like how they dress or like they think that they're really cool and stuff, it probably does help them in a way that they'll probably want to see them again or like follow them because they're inspired not only by the music but by what they wear as well.
Yeah. What do you think scenes or specific artists now are influencing fashion the most, would you say?
I think there's quite a lot at the moment. Obviously like streetwear has definitely taken off again. And I think that was kind of like the regaining of or a new era of grime, hip hop, rap, that sort of genre. That's definitely taken impact on the streetwear scene. But also, I think recently, the likes of like Pink Pantheress, Charlie XCX, and even like Zara Larsson, they're kind of like bringing in that colourful maximalism, which is like redirecting from like the clean girl aesthetic. And yeah, I think obviously since their music has gotten more popular, and their fashion styles are kind of like, it's unique to them. Like, I don't think they, like, you'd look at them and be like, oh yeah, that's their own style. And I think it's definitely influencing a lot of people, and colour's definitely coming back into fashion. So with like music artists like those who are obviously doing well, their fashion, I think, definitely will influence a lot of their audience in a good way.
Is there anything that you can think of that has come back into fashion, which is now a staple that you're kind of like, I'm so glad that it did, or something that you're like, why did that come back into fashion?
I think there are a few trends going around that are like coming back. Obviously, like capris. It's kind of like a hit and miss topic for some people. I personally love them. And even colour, like I never used to be a colour girl at all. Like I was always white, black, grey, monotone, literally with all I wear. But recently I've been like wearing a lot more colour. I think that's definitely coming back in, especially from in like the 2000s. There's a lot of colours, pinks, blues, purples. So definitely like Y2K's aesthetic and colour palettes are coming back in. And I think just like jewelry, like maxing out on jewelry. And I actually really like that. I think jewelry and accessories really can do an outfit up rather than needing more clothes. I think if you just accessorize it right, it can look like a completely different outfit.
Yeah, I think it's all about layering now as well, isn't it? It's like
layering
all accessories. Like I see lots of outfits now where it's like something plain, but then it's like all the belts or the massive like gold bangles. Like it's all that now, isn't it?
Yeah.
And also in rave culture, I don't know whether this is just because I've kind of only just recently been going to raves, but I think sunglasses is a massive aesthetic. Like it's not, you just can't have any old sunglasses. It has to be like particular ones, and it is really about making a rave outfit.
Yeah.
And what do you think, Ozde, just to like bring this to a close, what is the biggest misconception that people have about DJs?
I think this is definitely, I see it a lot on TikTok comments, you know, being like, oh, they're just pressing play. Like, what are they actually doing? They're just hitting play and then that's all they're doing. But it's actually so much more to that. And I don't think people realize it's not even about skill or anything like that. I think, you know, people don't see like the work that goes behind it. Like when I was doing events and stuff, like I'd be on my laptop for like hours researching music, finding new music, you know, different genres, different artists, and then I'd work on like what would go with what would mix with what, you know, trying to blend different genres to like do something different or like more creative. But also, you know, trying to think what the audience is going to like, because obviously you want them to stay and engage, but also do something different. So, you know, there's a lot of time and effort going into planning and doing like new stuff. And yeah, so it's not just pressing play. there's a lot more into it.
Yeah, no, I've seen that a lot about like they go, oh, what do DJs actually do? But I guess only as a DJ or someone that knows music would kind of appreciate what goes into it, and it's just one of those things that is obviously not nice as people having this view of it, but there's only they can't actually learn until they appreciate it themselves.
Yeah.
It's definitely a hard thing to do. It's not just pressing. I know I've tried before. No, you've got to have a lot of patience to do that. Like a
I
lot.
think DJs definitely make it look easy. I think obviously because the more experience you have, the better you get at it. So it does look effortless, but it takes them a lot of learning and patience to get to that point.
Do you think that you kind of have to have an ear, like not anyone can DJ, like you kind of have to have an ear for the music?
I think so, yeah. I think that definitely helps. I mean, I've always had a musical ear because I used to be a dancer as well. So, you know, music and like tempos, beats, all of that, like I kind of grew up on anyway. So yeah, I think if you definitely have an ear for music and rhythm and all that, it definitely does play a huge part in it.
Perfect. And now we're going to go into the skip or save it section, where we'll be asking Ozde and Liv a couple songs and asking whether they're going to skip or save. Okay, so for the first song, we've got Make Me by Frankie Rizzardo, the remix. And this originally was taken by a song released in the 1986 called Serious by Donna Allen, where she said in her song, "Baby, I don't know what I should do. You make me feel like you do." So, Ozde, would you skip or save the remix?
Definitely save the remix. Yeah.
I agree. I would save. I know every time I play like one of these remixes in the car with my mum, she's like, "Oh, I used to listen to that when I was younger," and I'm like, I don't even realize these are remixes. I'm just like thinking it's an original song, and it's not.
And the second song, Too Much for Me, which in my personal opinion, if this is coming on in the club, I'm loving it. This is great. I'm like, if I'm feeling like, oh, it's not the vibe, this song will change the whole night. Like I will be happy. And that was originally done by Charlene Smith in the 1990s, and it was a dance classic. So again, it's another song that's been taken from the 90s and reimagined and reworked, and now we're hearing it in clubs today. So, Ozde, what do you think?
Yeah, I think save.
Also, I think it's just so energetic. Like it's just uplifting, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love house.
Same. You DJ a lot of house, don't you, Ozde?
Yeah, I actually started off with house, so yeah, I love it deep down.
Gotta find your roots back.
Yeah.
And then the last song, which again I think is a staple classic, is Friendly Pressure by Into the Sunshine Mix. And it was originally released in 1994 on the Galactica Rush album. Are we skipping? Are we saving?
Definitely save.
So I love the song. It's probably one of my favourite songs. I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to come back to the podcast next week. Thank you so much, Ozde, for joining, and thank you, Liv.